Merp. Vlog every damn day. Hello Jermeethians, welcome to the second Disney Store doll review of the villain collection! Yay! I am finally reviewing Maleficent, who is my favorite villain and my favorite character of every single character that has ever been created by Disney. Why? Because she's a BAMF. She showed up at a party and said, "Screw your little kid, I'm putting a curse on it because you didn't invite me." So I just want to warn every single one of you that I am totally biased towards Maleficent, so this review is going to be slightly skewed to the Jeremy is like totally in love with Maleficent and thinks that she's the coolest villain and can do nothing wrong angle. So I apologize if I do not give a critical review of this, but I mean honestly, let's be real, there is nothing imperfect about this doll. I'm going to start off where I kind of left off with the Queen doll, is that the Disney Store did a very, very, very good job at hiding all the seams on this doll, because there are a couple of them in the back that, you know, hold the dress in place, and there are even some like that are up by her neck, but there are so many pieces to this whole dress that they cover up everything and they cover up all the parts that you should not see, that preserve this magical aura that she is flawless and perfect, which she is in every single way. But there are some holes that are on the collar here from those ugly T-shapes, because the fabric that they use is so fine and so thin and not like really durable material that it did leave holes in some places, but they're not as visible because I feel like the costume in general is much darker than the Queen doll, so it doesn't stand out as much. The purple is the prettiest purple that I've ever seen, and I am so sorry that my camera's crappy lighting and low light will not catch how pretty this color purple is. But let me just tell you, it's gorgeous. And the way that it tails out at the bottom, I think is really pretty. And it reminds me of a dragon, and I think that that serves a very strong point that she becomes a dragon later on in her movie. And so I think that it's fitting that her cape, the ends of it, look like that. I feel like the way that they stylized her dress is much like the Queen's, where she has like these bath towel kind of things that hang from her, rather than like it being fully attached like the Queen's. Though it comes off underneath, so like it splits, but again, like where I said that the Disney Store did a good job at hiding all of it, you would never know that it's split, that it's not like one big long piece that her arm just goes right through, if that makes any sense what I'm trying to say to you. I will say that you have to defile the Mistress of All Evil when you take her out of her box, because they package some of the paper inside here, and the only way you can get it out is if you take off her dress and pull it all off, because they package it all the way up to like her midsection here, so you have to take off her dress and take it all out. So unfortunately you have to defile her, because the way that they did this dress is very Morticia Addams to me. It's very tight and form-fitting all the way down to where it parachutes out at the bottom, and I thought that was so pretty and well done. And even though it's not like multi-pieces, that this is literally just, this big purple piece here is literally just a big piece of fabric that goes all the way down that's been sewn on there, and it's not like layered in there at all. I really like this effect of it ballooning. I'm going to talk about her face because it's much different than the designer doll, as the Queen's was, and I feel like the Disney Store really captured Maleficent's face a lot stronger here than in the designer doll. Now yes, I do think that the designer doll was very pretty and it captured an essence of elegance from Maleficent, but I think this one kind of caught that raw evilness that is deep down inside of her, and I think it looks less like her character in the movie than the Queen doll did, but I think that this one captures an image of Maleficent that I think is really cool and very pretty, and I love the way that the horns are stylized, is they actually have indents in them to appear like cool horns. And she has the same thing as the Queen did, where she has no hair that's underneath any of this, so none of this comes off, which I'm totally fine with, and it's totally different than the designer doll, which actually had the hair like braided up into horns. I'm glad that they actually kept horns on here and didn't try to do hair, because it would have fallen to pieces and it would have just been a big mess. And I think that's why they didn't give hair to the villains. To have hair that could get tangled within itself, I think that that would kind of ruin the effect of the ominous looming head that the villains are supposed to have. My only thing that I really wish she could have had is a staff or even Diablo to come with her. And for those of you who don't know, Diablo is her raven that she likes to hang out with. But really, I don't think that is a cause to bring the points down because the princesses don't come with anything. So to wrap up my review, I'm giving Maleficent a solid 4.9 out of 5, and it's just because those T-shapes kept holes in this fabric. And I think the fabric could have been a little bit nicer and a little bit thicker and a little more durable because the villain should be perfect and flawless. And while I want to give her a full 5, I really wish there weren't holes throughout the dress. But again, like I said, you can't see them very well. So you kind of have to like be paying attention to it. From a distance, you can't even tell that there are holes that are in this dress. But there are a couple of them because they packaged her very strongly in it so that she wouldn't move. Probably because they were terrified of her getting out and turning them all into stone or something. So thank you guys all so much for watching, and I will see you guys all tomorrow with another video, and hopefully I will be getting the Jafar doll soon. For those of you who really like these reviews, hopefully I will be getting him so then I can review him and I can show him to you. And I have something in the oven now that I'm pretty sure is burning. So I'm gonna go eat that before my apartment catches fire. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Peace out. Take a mouse. Ho! I lied, nothing burned.